Hello. I know I'm stopping by a bit late, but I still wanted to do this stream. I had some errands I needed to take care of and ran long on my time, but hopefully there's someone out there who still has interest in the stream. I'm not sure if JJ is here currently, but previous comment was a smiley face. And it looks like we do have one viewer, so I've watched numerous. Oh, you are. Okay, cool. Okay, so I did run late, but thank you for your patience and waiting. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, I just wanted to talk about some Halloween specials, a few favorites, maybe a few not so favorite. But thank you for stopping by. How's your Halloween been? Hey, Slipknot. Hey, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I know I shouldn't be apologizing too much, just real life and stuff, but I'm glad that you made it. Do either of you two have a favorite Halloween special? I'm curious to see if it's something that I've seen or maybe something that new that I can discover. Going good so far. Awesome. Does anyone have any Halloween plans, parties, movie watching, anything like that? Yeah, I'm planning just the annual watch list, so I don't know if I'm going to get through all of those movies. I've got a late start today because, you know, stuff I needed to take care of. I also have some of my own personal projects that I wanted to get sorted out. But some of the movies I enjoy watching are, at least for Halloween, are of course Demon Night. That's later in the evening. But Coraline, Adam's Family, Monster House is a definite. Um, Casper, I love Casper. Speaking of smiley faces, I just watched that scene from Friday the 13th, part 6, when Jason kills a paintball player. He throws him into a tree, and the face leaves a smiley impression on the bark. I don't think oh, Friday the 13th. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. Please remind me. Maybe I've seen it. There we go. It wasn't letting me highlight the comment. Mm, I really don't remember if I've seen part 6. I'm currently halfway through Lucio Fulci's City of the Living Dead. City of the Living Dead. Is that the one where the priest is buried alive? If so, then I love that one. I want to say I've seen City of the Living Dead. Unless it's the one with Hugh. Yeah, I remember renting that from Blockbuster back in the day when Blockbuster was still around, and I returned it, but I accidentally put the wrong video in, so I had to go back to the store to return the correct one. Um, just silly little fubs like that, but I think everybody's done it at least once. I could be wrong. Or you wind up returning one of your own videos by accident. But let's see, as far as Halloween specials, have you guys seen the Grinch one? It's actually older than the Christmas one, which is, I think, more popular, but I enjoy that one. I can't really remember the story all too well. It's been a couple of Halloweens since I've skipped watching that one, but I remember really liking it. Um, Let me see here really quick. Yeah, I didn't realize I got kicked out of the stream. Sorry about that. I had to back out and come back in. You haven't seen that one. It's 1977, Halloween is Grinch Night. Okay, yeah, I didn't know when I got muted. So I was going through the synopsis, which there's kind of like this really bad wind that comes through Whoville, so everybody's has to stay inside because they know the Grinch is going to be, basically running amok because, you know, yucky weather and the Grinch is just a nasty person. I think he's a person, but there's a little boy that pretty much foils his plans. Can't hear anything. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. Shipyard Pumpkinhead is a good beer. I've never heard of that one. Is that one a seasonal flavor, like only limited edition during the autumn? Yeah, I'm back. I don't know how long I was out. Sorry about that. And then, of course, what year did it come out? The Grinch, I want to say, was 1977. And it's called Halloween is Grinch Night. I've been watching videos of a guy's buying huge boxes of old VHS tapes, and it's a good way of finding rare movies that I've never heard of before. I discovered a horror with Bill Paxton called Mortuary. I haven't seen it, but I've heard of that one. So I'm semi-familiar, but I'd have to IMDb to see what the plot for that one was. Um, that was a good one, came out in 1982 with Christopher George. Yes, only this time of year for that beer. Yeah, I've never heard of it. It sounds interesting. I'm I'm not much of a beer person, but if it has any pumpkin flavors in it, I would definitely give it a few sips and see if it's a beer that I wind up liking. I recently tried the Wicked Hard Cider. Have you guys had that one, seen it, or tried it? It was a new discovery for me. I don't know how new it is, but I was pretty keen on trying it out. I like the seasonal drinks, so I usually drink cider around this time of year. I've never tried mulled wine, but I would like to try that out. I'm sure there's a simple recipe online. I can probably look one up and figure out how to make it myself. Let's see, another VHS tape is a movie called Psychic. I want to say that's familiar. No, I'm thinking The Premonition, sorry. Psychic, starring Zach Galligan, the lead actor in Gremlins. Yeah, he's a cool guy. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think I went to a screening of Gremlins and he was there doing a Q&A. Pretty cool guy. So he's a psychic that sees visions of a serial killer that wants Zach's girlfriend for his next victim. No, I haven't seen that one. I was thinking, I'm looking at my shelf. I can't see. I know I bought it as a double bill with the parents, but there was a different psychic movie that I have in my collection. Unfortunately, I don't see it right now, there we go. It's called Fear. And that one's also about a psychic. Have not. Never heard of Wicked Cider. Yeah, it comes in a really big can. It's kind of like one of those tall boy style type cans, but it's pretty girthy. It's a good amount. The time I tried it, it took me about 2 nights to finish it. I had to put it in one of those sealed canteens to keep it fresh so I wouldn't lose the fizziness. Have you ever seen The Girl That Got Away? That was recommended to me recently and I did watch it. That was a really good one. I enjoyed it.
Hello.
Hello.
Apologies. Apologies about me coming late. Apologies about my weird hat. Just apologies in general. Sorry, Cara. I didn't read this. I thought you were coming on an hour earlier.
I was supposed to be here at 2
Okay.
and I was running errands, so I ran late. But, everybody still showed up, which I'm happy for. Yeah, I know I was supposed to be on earlier.
No. I was like, okay, maybe there's a change of plan. So I started editing a video. I wasn't ignoring you or anything. I was like, shit, she dropped something in the private chat. So I spun in.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, it happens, and real life always goes first. I mean, same reason in my case. I didn't get certain things done in the time frame that I was hoping to.
Would you like a teeny tiny Mars?
Sure.
Okay.
Thanks.
But yeah, no apologies. I was like, shit,
I'm
I've nothing
opening
set
that
up.
up.
So I wanted to set up and put up some tombstones and my werewolf head and my bowl
Ah,
and my little kind of skeleton people that you can't see because of the glare. This hat's a nuisance. I'm just going to take it off. Oy.
is that the hat from your avatar, the one where your face is bloody?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's a bit too small. My head's absurdly large, so it's a bit too small for me. But yeah, I was trying to do the whole Victorian gentleman, and I don't know if it worked. I don't think it did.
Well, it looked good, so that works. That's good enough.
So Halloween specials.
Mm-hmm.
Have you brought up the Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors yet?
Oh, I haven't seen all of those, but no, I didn't bring it up. We were talking about Halloween is Grinch Night. Have you heard of that one?
No, no. What's it about?
So it's a ninth. Oh, I think I got too close to my window. Okay, can you hear me better now? There's people outside the window.
No, I can hear you fine. I can hear the truck noises, but I can still hear you. So work away.
Yeah, I was about to peek out my window and then I heard it. I'm like, uh-oh, I need to move. Yeah, that one, there's kind of it's 1977. There's like this foul wind that comes through Whoville, so everybody stays indoors because they know the Grinch is going to be out. So he kind of plays like their boogeyman in that one, and there's like a little boy that's outside late getting home, so he's the hero in the story. He's kind of like the one that foils the Grinch and saves Halloween, and everybody stays safe.
Did this come out prior to the Grinch that Stole Christmas?
Yes, it's older. It's just for some reason the Christmas one's more popular.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense because if it came out after, wait, the Grinch turned into a bollocks again after? I was like, that'd make no sense if it came out after. Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, the Grinch one, the Christmas one is not as old as the Halloween one.
See, I've not. I've seen the Christmas one. I think everyone, their fucking great grandmother has seen the Christmas one. I didn't know there was Halloween Grinch movie. And is it Boris Karloff that narrates that one as well? Please.
I know he's not in this one.
Oh, okay. I'm shocked because like you get a horror icon to do
Yeah.
the Christmas one, but not the Halloween one. That's a bit. I'm mind boggled. But it's do you see the irony in that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would believe it more if it were Vincent Price. I mean, he's not all doom and gloom.
No, it's just weird. It's just weird that fucking of all the people you get Boris Karloff to do the Christmas one and not the Halloween one. That's just weird.
Yeah.
Um
Oh, just really quick. Let's see. I'm trying to see where I left off in the chat. Let's see. We were talking about Psychic. That was a good one out in 1982 with Christopher George. I got through that one. Ah, Pumpkinhead Beer. Have you heard of that one?
no.
Yeah, JJ had brought that one up. I've never heard of it, but he says it's a seasonal beer.
Okay, we do like the only kind of pumpkin flavored stuff we get over here are like iced lattes and stuff. We don't really get the the kind of real kind of seasonal kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. Let's see. JJ was watching the Beyond earlier today. I like that one. I recently rewatched it when Joe Bob had it on his show. I hadn't seen it in years.
That's the Beyond. That's the kind of Italian zombie Lovecraftian movie, not the one. Yeah, From Beyond is fucking Barbara Compton and Jeffrey Combs. The Beyond is the kind of Italian horror,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, the Beyond where it has like a blind girl, and I think she's the one that has like the premonitions, and everything goes weird, like her own seeing eye dog attacks her.
Yeah,
Um,
I like that movie because it's again it's very Lovecraftian.
mhm,
It's very cool. And Jeremy Gillespie, who done The Void, he kind of copies the ending for that, where you have this kind of couple just trapped in a hellscape, looking
hmm.
into kind of an infinite abyss. He does that with the Void as well. You have the two characters in this kind of fucking Lovecraftian hellscape. So it has like a nice few influences on fucking horror and stuff.
I saw that a couple of months back, but I'd have to go back and rewatch it. I didn't catch that similarity.
Come here, Cara. I'm just give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna pimp out that you're live as well, okay?
No, you're good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna turn off my camera so I don't look like a douche who's not listening to you. But yeah, no, I like that one. I like Italian horrors.
Hmm.
What they lack in plot, they make up for in shock value and gore, most certainly.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's my main reason for watching, but there are people that argue that British horror is more gruesome. Um, I don't know about that.
I I think maybe when you're getting into that thing, you have to look at different generations of people, what people's tastes are kind of like considered.
Hmm.
Um, like for example, fucking Hammer Horror. Hammer Horror for its day was incredibly gruesome, but
Hmm.
now you look at it and you're like, okay, that's just someone throwing ketchup packets over themselves. It's not that bad, like you know.
Yeah, but I still like the gore. The stories, in my opinion, are good still. So I watch it. I enjoy it.
I yeah, Italian horror movies, Jesus Christ, they don't hold back.
No, no, they. I don't know about modern Italian. I haven't taken a look, so I don't know if there's anything recent that's
You'll never
in
get
that
the
range.
Jallos that came out in the 70s and 80s again though, because
No,
they were
those
not
were good.
PC.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, JJ was saying it's called Shipyard Pumpkinhead beer.
okay.
And I was saying that I prefer cider since, at least in my opinion, it's more seasonal or it's more traditional. Do you have like anything seasonal that you drink around this time of year?
Um okay. Right, I'm pulling something out of my arse, but I use it as an excuse to drink it. Kraken rum.
Hmm, I've never
it's
heard of that.
it's I'll actually show it to you. It's actually I drank it all. It's myself and my friend drink it because it's like, oh, Kraken, it's a monster, it's a Halloween drink. It's fucking pure bullshit. Deus Ex Machina is how we figured out why we can drink it to excess on Halloween. Well,
No,
it's
I
named
get
after
that.
a monster. If we can drink it.
No, I get that. Like, there's a Cabernet called Freak Show, and I drink it because of the title and the label image.
Again, Kraken rum, super sweet, kind of spicy, and there's a giant fucking sea monster on the label. How could you not fucking love that?
Yeah, I mean, stuff like that gets my attention. I mostly choose things based on the name or the label. Like, not always horror related, but like, I discovered that there's a kosher Moscato that I like to drink.
And like, is what would attract you towards, like, taste would obviously be a factor, but would, like, if something had interest in art on the label, that would be a factor as well, correct?
Yeah, I mean, usually it's either of the two. It's either the name or the label that gets my attention, and then I'll usually turn it around to see what's in it.
Um, a friend of mine, he drinks a fucking, honest to God, it's the most on PC brand of tequila. I don't know where he got it from, and I don't want to know. So it's this big, it's this big fucking Mexican, um, go. It's this Mexican gunslinger with his pants down, and the label is called Arse Bandit Tequila, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, really?
Well, is it at least censored? Like, is he wearing underpants or anything?
No, it's just him and his big dirty arse, and he's firing these guns into the air. As we can see, he's behind, and it just says Arse Bandit Tequila, and I'm like, this can't be real. He made that label. He's going, no, I bought it in an offie. I bought it in a fucking offie in Wales, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. And if anyone's wondering, it tastes like piss. I tried
Oh,
some of it.
darn
Uh,
it. I was about to write it down to go look for it. Never mind.
don't sully your lips.
I'll take your word for it. A whole bottle is too much to learn your lesson.
No, God Almighty! Like, it tasted like fucking. I don't know what it tasted like. It tasted like something you'd clean your fucking toilet with. It was horrible.
Hmm. No, I've never heard of it. Oh, just really quick, Slipknot was saying I bought a toffee apple filling Krispy Kreme donut today because it had an orange icing pumpkin face on it. LOL. It was quite expensive at 275 pound, or would you say quid?
In England, it'd say quid.
Oh, okay. So I probably said it wrong.
No, pound works as well, but if you're going for a slang vernacular, quid. I don't know, do they say still fucking quid or bob, or I don't know.
Oh, I've never heard Bob.
Give us 10 bob there.
Ah, I learned something new.
But yeah, no, yeah, if you ever come by a drink called Arse Bandit Tequila, don't drink it. Don't even sniff the fucking bottle.
I'll take your word for it. If it has somebody's butt on it, then it probably doesn't
No.
leave too many expectations.
Very on PC name, very derogatory image. And to top it off, the cherry on top, it tastes like absolute fucking vile fucking shite.
Oh, yeah. Um, Let me see. Just getting back to this one really quick. For Slipknot, did you try or do you guys have the Scooby Doo Krispy Kremes over there? I was interested, but I didn't buy them. I wound up getting just regular half dozen, but I've always wanted to try like the seasonal donuts, like the pumpkin or, maple, and I've never had any luck finding those.
Do you think it might be a regional thing?
Maybe. I never thought about that. Like, I don't know if pumpkin spice is only a US thing. I mean, I know there's people that hate it and then there's people that just go nuts over it. I'm one of those people. I love pumpkin spice. If I see anything pumpkin, I'll pick it up.
Just putting up some more headstones to keep him balanced. I don't want him tipping off. Um, like toffee apples. Would you not make your own toffee apple though, dude?
Hmm.
You get like golden syrup, and you pour it in, and you stick a stick in the apple. You put it in the golden syrup. You let it go hard. You put it in sprinkles. You put it in whatever.
Hmm. No, I don't think I've heard of that. Like I know we have caramel apples, we have candy apples, but that's about it.
Do you guys hand out monkey nuts?
No, I've never heard of that.
There's like it's a shell. It's a nut with like a kind of two kind of section shell, and there's little brown nuts in it. They're nice. I used to love monkey nuts as a kid. They're very hard to come by nowadays.
Hmm. What was that? Slipknot was commenting. Mr. H Reviews has that exact same Alien versus Predator chess poster on his wall.
Yeah, but I've had mine longer, so
Oh no.
I'm not petty.
Oh, let's see. And then he was saying the hat suits you.
I don't know about that, dude. Hang on, I'll try again.
Let me see. And then of course I love all those Simpsons Halloween episodes. Was there a particular one that you liked, Marty? Because I know there's so many, but I haven't seen like
Treehouse
a
of
lot.
Horror.
Yeah, I know
The
that's like a yearly thing.
Well, yeah, the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. I think it's been there since like season 2 or 3. Um, there's so many good episodes. Uh, uh, Santa's little helper dies, so Bart does a kind of ritual to bring him back, and the entire town turns into zombies, and the house is being attacked, a la Night of the Living Dead. And Homer just has a shotgun and he's shooting them all down, and like the zombie version of Flanders, hi ho neighbor, and Homer just blows them apart. And Bart's like, oh, you killed the zombie Flanders, and Homer's like, Flanders was a zombie? I just thought that was fun.
He couldn't tell the difference.
He didn't give a shit.
Uh,
but yeah, it's funny. There's another brilliant one, King Homer, where it's King Kong, but Homer's King Kong, and fucking they're trying to capture him, and Burns is the one who's in charge of the expedition. He's the kind of denim character. He's like, I'll knock you out, beast. And he picks up a gas canister of knockout gas, and he throws it. He throws it, and it just lands right in front of his feet. He's like, oh no. I just thought that was funny. Yeah, there's another one that's a kind of rip on a movie called The Demon Seed, where Marge, the house is turned into an AI, and it becomes obsessed with Marge. It wants to fuck Marge, and it's voiced by Pierce Brosnan.
Oh wow.
And Homer, it's like it's talking all suave and stuff, and it's like, oh Marge, your delicate swan neck and stuff like that. And it's like, you know something, Homer, you're an oaf. Marge deserves better. And Homer gets kind of fucking dragged into the garbage disposal, and it's trying to fucking tranquilize Marge. The house comes alive, and it's all the kind of devices and stuff are trying to subdue Marge, and then Homer busts out and he starts wrecking the fucking motherboard of the computer. He's like, no, Homer, don't do that. That takes away my suave accent. You son of a bitch. I swear to God, I'll kill you, you mother. And it's just funny.
That kind of sounds like a Space Odyssey where the computer turns against the crew.
Oh yeah, it's a reference to, obviously it's a reference to that as well. Definitely 2001. But there's a kind of happy ending in that Marge feels sorry for the computer, so she gives it to Patty and Selma, and it's plugged into the wall, and it's Patty and Selma are like talking to it, and the computer's like, oh, I can't take this anymore. Must activate self-destruct. And I was like, where's my self-destruct button? And you just see Patty shove the self-destruct button down her fucking top between her breasts. You want it? Come get it, big boy. And he's like, oh God. I just, I love the Tree House as a horror. Is there any
Yeah.
you can? You must have seen some. I mean, even by accident, law of averages says you have to have seen one.
Yeah, the one that I remember is The Shinning.
Ah, yes. Don't you mean The Shining? Shh, we be sued.
Yeah.
Uh, but that's a good one. And the shot composition and stuff is really fucking good because they get the movie like spot on the way some of the shots are framed and stuff.
Hmm.
And what is it? Homer's typing away on his typewriter, and it's like no beer and no TV make Homer go crazy. Don't mind if I do. But yeah, that's a brilliant one as well.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. I don't know which is the one where the Marge, Patty, and Selma, they play like three witches and Marge's hair bursts out into bats. She has kind of like that Bride of Frankenstein hair.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And it turns out it's kind of Simpsons explanation of witches and Halloween and stuff. You know, instead of the what is it? The Flanders get the idea. You know, instead of taking our kids, how about you take this candy instead? And they're like, oh,
Hmm.
that's a good idea. And I think Patty's like, I wish we thought of this before we ate those kids 8 houses ago. And it's like, Jesus. Because it got very dark as well. Some of the episodes got really fucking dark. Yeah, Slipknot, that's another brilliant one. Um,
Oh, the
the
Twilight Zone?
yeah, Terror at 25 feet or something like that. Bart's on the school bus and he sees a gremlin fucking around with the important kind of the mechanics of the fucking bus and stuff. And he goes up and he's like, he goes up to Otto. He's like, Otto, there's a gremlin on the side of the bus. And Otto looks out Otto looks out the window and it's little Hans Mole Man in like a fucking scooter or something. He's like,
Hmm.
don't worry about it, Bart. I'll shake him. And he sideswipes Hans Mole Man, who crashes into a tree and dies horribly. And I'm like, oh god damn it, that was brilliant. That was that was a great episode. Just fucking I think Principal Skinner has to ride the bus as well. And he's just having a fight with fucking Willie the whole time. And Bart's like, Principal Skinner, why are you riding the bus? Oh, my mother, she took away my car keys. It was the right thing to do. Yes, mother. Yes, it was the right thing to do. And he's just talking, mumbling to himself. It's a great episode. I love the scene where fucking Otto thinks Bart's talking about Hans Moleman and makes the dude crash into a fucking tree or something. Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure it's done. I'm sure they did it already like a long time ago, but have they ever made reference to Psycho in the treehouse?
probably. Not in the tree house, but there's one bit where Lisa's brought to the principal's office with Marge, and Principal Skinner is. I think Lisa doesn't want to eat meat or something. Principal Skinner's like, you should listen to your mother, Lisa. Mother knows best. And
Ah.
he turns and looks out the window, and he's looking up towards the Bates house as if it's his own. He goes, "No, mother, I don't want to wear that sailor uniform. No, I understand." And it's just you just see Marge and Lisa in the background just creeping backwards out the door because they're being freaked out by fucking Skinner. That's a good one.
That's funny.
Um, what other ones? There's like the one with fucking the monkey's paw, or
Mm.
the monkey's paw one is good. It's kind of like they wish for stuff and it just gets worse and worse and worse. And what was it? Homer goes into a fucking kind of bazaar, an Asian bazaar, and he's like, "Ooh, what's that? It's a cursed monkey's paw." No, it's a monkey. It's a monkey's paw. It'll grant you 3 wishes. Ooh, but it's cursed. Oh, but it comes with a frozen yogurt. Ooh, which is also cursed. Oh, I'll take it. And he's like, the Homer comes out, look, Marge, I got a monkey's paw from this mysterious shop. And he turns around, the shop is gone. And Homer's like, oh, where did he go? And he goes, oh, he's actually over there. Hello. I, I love that episode. Yeah, Slipknot, mother, that sailor suit doesn't fit anymore. I love that line.
Oh, okay.
It's been so long, and there's been so many of them. And there's another one like where Homer fucking a time machine, I think. And like he keeps on fucking stuff up, and he goes, "Okay, Homer, okay, just think what your father said to you on your wedding day. If you ever travel back in time, don't touch anything. You could alter the future." It's like, who fucking tells their son that on their wedding day? It's like, yeah, that's I love Simpsons Treehouse. Or I'm sorry, Cara, I better stop because
No,
I
you're
could
good.
spend the day
I'm
quoting it.
listening. These are episodes I haven't seen, so I mean, it's interesting to me. Um,
It's rule of thumb, Cara. They're good up as far as when the Simpsons is good. After fucking season 9 or 10, they just start to go shit.
mm, yeah, stuff. Well, it usually happens. It's inevitable.
Like I think they brought in Guillermo del Toro to direct one episode, and even that is left wanting. You
Hmm.
know?
And he's usually good, but you have to blame it on the stories. He didn't write the stories. He just directed.
Yeah, it's like you can only do so much. What is it? My father says you can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear. Sorry, I was trying to find a quote my dad said told me before. Right.
You can't polish a turd.
Exactly. Mr. Burns as Dracula is like that one's brilliant because Cara they do the whole Bram Stoker's Dracula look for Mr. Burns, and he
I
goes,
want to
well,
say
have you seen that one?
I want to say it sounds familiar. Yeah.
He's like, welcome, Simpsons, follow me. And Homer turns to Bart and goes, his hair looks so queer. I heard that.
Yeah, I mean it's especially in this day and age, it's kind of hard to remember. Well, he was probably saying it looks weird.
Yeah. I thought he said queer, but maybe I'm wrong. I maybe I misquoted it. But
Well, no,
it's
the
my
way he meant it, like
yeah.
because
So
it has
like strange. Yeah, but it's just it's funny. I think in my head. The other cool thing is where it's like, oh, we have to kill the vampire Burns to turn everyone else back. And Homer, you have to stake Mr. Burns. Oh, kill my boss. Do I dare live out the American dream?
right. I mean, who hasn't wanted to do something to their boss? I mean, even if it's a good boss, it's kind of like after a while you think there's something that they did to annoy you, which maybe not their fault unless that person actually is a jerk.
Yeah, I do. I just think every once in a while people ponder that, and it's just Homer saying it is
Yeah.
funny. Um, another special that.
Um,
Oh, sorry.
no, no, I was going to say Slipknot was saying after season 10, Simpsons went downhill. Many of the original writers left the show. So I guess that's what it was.
Yeah, like Conan O'Brien, he was a fantastic writer for The Simpsons, and
Hmm.
he left. And like there was so many great fucking comedy writers and comedians that worked on that show, and they just left to kind of further their own careers, and it suffered as a result.
You can't blame them for that, though. I mean, who doesn't want to do something different, or maybe they were just there to use Simpsons as a stepping stone.
Yeah. Um, another Halloween special I like despite myself. And I'm not a big fan of the show, but I thought they done it really well. Cara, did you see the Boy Meets World Halloween special.
No, I didn't, and I loved that show growing up.
So what happens is they take off both Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer to such a point that fucking Jennifer Love Hewitt turns up in the show.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty funny. It's like they're trying to figure out who's killing who, and some of the deaths are fairly fucking like it's not super gory, but it's just like one character's just stabbed in the throat and stuff, and you're like, what the hell? There's no blood or anything. There's not much blood or anything like that, but it's like
Mhm.
it's 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 a good watch and it's an interesting watch.
You reminded me of that 70s show. They had a Halloween episode where they made all those references to Alfred Hitchcock. Did you see that
I
one?
never seen that one. What happens in that one?
They make all these references, kind of like you get the drain scene from Psycho. There's a scene where Kelso's being attacked by one of those motorized planes, and just from what he's wearing and the color of the plane, you can tell that was the cover of North by Northwest.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
there's tons of references in there.
I'm sure there's one to the birds as well.
Yeah, yeah, I don't remember what that one was, but yeah, that one's in there. The one I would have been curious about was Topaz. I love that scene where the woman drops to the floor and she falls on that checkered colored floor.
Oh yeah. I actually that's what that's from.
Hmm.
I know the scene. I just never knew what it was from.
Yeah, I mean, I love how her gown just kind of it spreads out and it mimics blood pooling.
Yeah. Again, it's Hitchcock was clever in that he had a phobia of blood.
Really?
I think that's someone told me he had a phobia of blood, and that's why he shot that scene in black and white. And I now maybe that's bullshit, but that's what I had heard. If there's someone in the chat that can correct me on that, but he would use symbolism to like fucking uh kind of imitate things like blood pooling out or stabbing or such forth. But again, when you think about it though, like fucking um Psycho is still fairly violent for the time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it still surprises like and I think Scream kind of pulled from that the main character or the person you thought was the main character gets killed off, and it leaves you wondering, well, who's actually leading the story then, or is the movie over? It's confusing.
Yeah. Like again, you're dead right. Scream like sets it up. Oh, Drew Barrymore's going to be the heroine.
Hmm.
Guess not. Um, like you know, it's interesting.
Well, I mean, and especially because she's the biggest name in the whole thing. That's why I guess one would easily assume that.
It subverts expectations.
Yeah.
Um, trying to think. Is there any other kind of specials or horrors or anything like that?
I know Buffy had one.
Buffy's one was fun because one, Buffy kind of took a back seat and all her friends, like even Xander was pretty cool. He was pretty badass. It was Ethan Rain's costume shop,
Hmm.
and all the costumes would turn you into the things you wore. So I think
Yeah.
Buffy became kind of this Victorian maid, 17th century maid. Willow became a ghost,
Yeah.
and Xander became like special forces GI Joe kind of guy, which was fun because like he was kind of always put upon and kind of mocked and laughed at, and he got to have his time to shine. I love that. And that carried weight as well because as a result of him retaining the memories of being a special forces soldier, he was able to use different weapons and use and get different weapons for Buffy, like a rocket launcher or a flamethrower. So I like that it wasn't just a throwaway thing either.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked that one. And then I remembered Friday the 13th, the series, their first episode was a Halloween one.
What happens in that one?
That's the one where they're throwing the party in the antique shop and someone goes down into the cellar and they open that door, the one with all of the Hebrew writing above it.
Okay.
And I forget what escapes, but of course, Louis Vendredi comes back and he has a little person. Well, she's a little woman henchman.
Is that where all the that's the pilot, right? Is that the thing that causes all the cursed artifacts to be scattered around like fucking the Midwest or wherever? Yeah.
Yeah, they're scattered around, and then there's some that attack them, like that cursed doll, and I can't remember what else, but
There was
yeah.
I remember watching it with you. There was a Cupid statue
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
that one was one further on in season one.
Yeah, I remember that because you had a really cool watch along, and I dropped into that and I thought that was pretty cool. Did you watch the entire series?
I've seen it before, but I don't think anyone in the group's done like a full series watch along. I think Deacon had done like the first 6 episodes at one point, and he wanted to make it like a weekly Friday watch along, and I don't know if that happened or not.
Yeah, I stayed and watched a couple episodes. How many episodes were there a season?
Yeah, because that was the year that we did the channel hop, but we
Yeah,
did Friday the 13th instead. And I forget if we did 3 or 4 episodes each per channel.
yeah. No, that's something I want to go back and check out because that was a great series.
Yeah, I
Um,
love that show.
I'm wondering. I think it's all contemporary stuff, but Lady Sash is going to be discussing TV shows later on. I don't know if you're going to be hopping onto it. I'd say she'd be looking for guests, but that would be something to bring up as well.
Hmm.
Um, what other kind of Halloween specials? Jesus, oh, the Ghostbusters with Pumpkin Jack, or as I call him, Stingy Jack.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
he comes back and he's like, every day is gonna be Halloween. And I think Slimer, because Slimer's a ghost, he's under his control. All the ghosts are under his control. It's a really good episode. It's a really terrifying fucking episode. There's that and the one with the Doomsday Door. That was pretty cool as well. But yeah, if you get a chance, check that one out.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't remember those.
The that one I think was the second season because I've got the box set. I've got every episode of Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay.
But my problem was I binged watched them, so I'm like, what season is this again? And I'll have to look in my book to find out. But it's a really good one. The animation is really cool. I think it's as well where Egon has an existential crisis that he doesn't think he can solve the situation with science, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm. Was that off of like the original Ghostbusters cartoon, or was
Yeah,
it from the relaunch?
no, the original Ghostbusters cartoon, the real Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I love that cartoon, but there's some pretty fucking stupid and shitty things done with it. So, um, the story was that for the character Peter Venkman, they done the character design was very like Bill Murray. Bill Murray came in and said, "No way, you're giving me a thin hairline. I do not want a thin hairline. I want you to give me as much hair as possible. Give me a big fucking pompadour. I don't want people thinking I'm going bald." And they're like, okay, fuck." So they do that. And then there was a problem because then you had Egon who had a big pompadour and brown
Yeah.
hair. So for the cartoon, they made his hair blonde. So that's why Egon's blonde in the in the animated series, because
Yeah.
they didn't want people, for some reason, the guy with the glass, didn't want to confuse the guy with the glasses to the guy who didn't have glasses, which is fucking stupid. One, they had two different color costumes, and two, Egon wore glasses, and his face was different. It was just they decided to make Egon blonde as not to confuse him with Peter Venkman when there was already stuff there to prevent him from being confused with Peter Venkman. That's kind of a mild annoyance. My biggest annoyance to this date is what happened with Ernie Hudson. Do you know about this?
No.
Okay, so Ernie Hudson went for a voice casting to play Winston. Sorry, I'm stammering. I was trying to think who was Winston. He went to play Winston, the character he played live action in Ghostbusters, right, Cara? Okay, so that makes sense. To have the guy, he wasn't as big. He wasn't his career wasn't as big as the other three. So he's like, I'll do voice acting. I've done voice acting for the DC Superpower series. I'll voice the character I played in live action for the animated show. And the guys were like, yeah, definitely. Go for it. Yeah, you've got the job. You've definitely got the job. He went in to do recording, and the guy, one of the producers, said, you don't sound Winston enough.
Oh.
It's like, hey, Dice. It's like, he played Winston in the fucking movie. How can he not sound Winston enough? I.e., it was code for he didn't sound black enough. That was it. So he didn't get the gig. Arsenio Hall got the gig.
That's messed up.
That's fucked in the fucking brain that you don't get to voice the character you played in real life in the actual fucking movie because you quote unquote didn't sound Winston or fucking African American enough. I mean, Jesus Christ, that's shitty.
Well, they wanted a stereotype for the cartoon.
Aye.
But Arsenio Hall, I mean, he's not to be ugly, but he doesn't sound very stereotypish.
No, he doesn't. I think the issue was that if you see anything that Ernie Hudson has done, and you see his movies where he's not playing a particular kind of archetype or anything like that, he is incredibly well spoken. I'm nearly sure the man is classically trained, or he's at least done kind of theater, so his voice is refined for theater. And the sad fact of the matter is that must have become an obstacle or a decision why he didn't get the gig to voice the character he played in the fucking movie. Sorry, going on about that tirade. It just fucking pisses me off.
No, I mean, so they're saying, so in other words, he sounded too professional for the job?
Yeah.
Or?
He sounded too professional. He didn't sound Winston enough, which, if you ask me, was code for you don't sound black enough.
Yeah. I can see that because, I mean, how could Winston not sound like Winston if he's the same person?
Yeah, it's stupid. As you said before, they wanted an archetype for the cartoon. They wanted a kind of a stereotype, which is really shitty. But again, it was the 80s. It was the early to mid 80s. I shouldn't be surprised, but it's still a kick in the bollocks.
Well, I mean, the 90s wasn't much better. I mean, they used a lot of and did a lot of stuff that nowadays is considered don't do that or don't you dare. And I'm like, at the time, it was totally okay.
Yeah, I think it's an absolute fucking load of bollocks what happened to him, and it's one of the things that I still love the show, but it definitely sours my experience watching it.
No, I didn't know that. So, I mean, I would have just watched it obliviously and just been all like, well, that's Winston's voice.
I put that in as my non-fun fact to my voice actors who voiced their characters in that they played in real life video. I done a video where I was talking about people who voiced cartoon character versions of the characters they played in the movies. And that was the one unfun fact, as I call it. because it's not fun. It sucks.
Yeah, I mean, you reminded me, I was about to ask, did you keep up with that Fun Facts video series, or I guess you
Uh,
kind
I
of just answered that.
I'm gonna pick it up again after Halloween because I done a couple of different videos and stuff. I've one more Halloween hidden gem that I'm going to upload after this stream.
Mm-hmm.
It's again, as I was telling you, it's about Ghost Watch. I love that fucking show. That
Ghost.
that Ghost Watch, I suppose it falls into the category of Halloween special. So 1992 on BBC One, a what was supposed to be a deemed as a fictional broadcast was shown on BBC, and essentially it was under the guise of a live broadcast feed at a house on Halloween night where Sarah Green, who was a children's TV presenter, um, stayed the night in a haunted house with a family who were being terrorized by a ghost called Pipes. It was the Peter Valk, or Stephen Valk. Not, it's not Peter Valk. Stephen Valk was the writer of it, and he took heavy inspiration from the Enfield hauntings.
Hmm.
So what happened was it was a 2 hour broadcast, and it 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 went, as I said, it went under the guise of a live broadcast that was being hosted by Michael Parkinson, who was essentially the, as I said before, the Walter Cronkite of the UK. He was like, you trust this guy. He was an institution, and like people watched it. So say you say you turned your TV on 5 minutes in, you wouldn't see the Screen One logo, or you wouldn't see the written by Stephen Falk section. You just see something that looks like a live broadcast. And it starts off very mundane. And as the show goes on, they subliminally put things in the background, or like one character, they have cameras. Again, this is before Blair Witch, this is before Paranormal Activity. They're on site with these cameras, and for example, one camera faces towards a porch, this glass screen door, and you see a reflection of someone standing behind, but when you look back, they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
um People thought it was real. People thought it was real. This was the equivalent of the Orson Welles broadcast. People were going fucking bananas. There was a fake number that you could ring in. Um, I know that Slipknot fan, but he had done stuff for the DC Superpowers, so he was actually a voice actor at the time as well, and a pretty fucking good one at that. But no, so what happened, Cara, was people thought it was real.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is Slipknot fan? You live in the UK, right? Did you see this when it initially came out? Ghostwatch, because people ran in complaining. People ran in that their children had PTSD. People
Oh.
were running in that they soiled themselves. And tragically, it came to a head where one person killed themselves as a
Oh,
result of the broadcast.
that sucks. But yeah, I think the same thing happened with War of the Worlds, and yeah, we were talking about that last stream, the Field in England stream. I think, if I remember correctly, you had sent me
Yeah,
the link
there
to one
was.
part of it.
Yeah, I think last night I sent you, or maybe it was, I sent you the link to the full fucking broadcast for Ghostwatch last night. It
Mm-hmm.
was via Daily Motion, so you can watch the whole thing's up in Daily Motion. It was on Shutter for a while, but it got taken down. Last year they released a Blu-ray. I'm not going to say any more because I'm going to actually end up spoiling my the video that I'm going to uploading. If you want more information, check out my video I'm uploading later on. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's worth checking out. Had you not heard about this, Cara?
Mm-mm.
Mm.
No, I hadn't. But usually if it's UK, I don't know too much, which is why I'm usually like, if you have suggestions, I'm like, I always love to hear them.
I think the one I sent you was Inside Nine when we were doing the Field in England one because Reece Shearsmith, we're talking about Reece Shearsmith, and he was in League of Gentlemen and Inside Nine. And I think you'd like League of Gentlemen because you're a Bush fan as well.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. Um, I usually try to look like, especially if it's a show that I like, I try to look up what else they've been in.
but yeah. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I Hello,
Oh, sorry about that. Hi, all new.
Jazz.
Hey, hello. Thanks for dropping by.
Do you have any Halloween themed snacks?
Um, yeah, we do. I mean, other than the monster cereals, they usually change up what the regular chocolates look like the pumpkin shaped Reese's candy.
I'll show you. This is they only release these around Halloween. They're potato chips essentially, but they release them in Ireland. I don't know if you can read that there. Uh, Banshee bones.
Oh no,
Uh,
I haven't heard of those. I know the Monster Munch.
yeah, I know this is an Irish. This is an Irish one. Hence the banshee on the front. I don't know if you can see her there.
Just vaguely, but yeah.
Oh yeah, oh, they release them every Halloween, and I always pick up a big multi pack.
Hmm. No, I don't think we have anything Halloween exclusive. I know the drinks around here, they are Christmas themed, some of them, which I haven't really tried.
Yeah, I'd say yeah, you'd get Halloween coffees, pumpkin spice lattes, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But bar that, oh excuse me, bar that. That's the only kind of snack food, Halloween themed snack food we'd really have.
No, I mean around here they just modify like already existing candy, like the cookies and cream crunch bars. They put like vampire teeth on it, and it looks, like those fake vampire teeth that you pop in your mouth.
Cool. Oh no, Slipknot fan. Why? Why? I like it's okay mixing like Maltesers and popcorn, but I could never eat taste with cheese and onion. Chocolate bar, no, 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 turn back. No. I actually, Cara, are you dressing up this year?
What?
Are you dressing up? Are you doing costume or anything this year?
Not this year. I don't. Everything just pinched in really tight. So I know there was one year that I did Malcolm McDowell from Clockwork Orange. I had like the eyelash and everything. I used to have a bowler hat. I don't have it anymore.
I'm surprised you didn't break out the nun outfit or any of your old kind of costumes or anything. Because as I said before, your old reviews were kick ass, and the personas you made from they were kick ass.
Thank you. I mean, once I get reviewing again, there's new personas that I want to introduce. I mean, not that I'm doing it like as a seasonal thing. It's just kind of like where I'm at with mentality, like I relate to this character or I relate to that character.
Yeah, it again. I found it was clever that you teamed your persona to certain reviews. Like the nun would go better with kind of religious or kind of fucking heretical horror, where
Hmm.
I did like maybe I'm wrong. I like the reptile woman or lizard woman more to sci-fi or kind of monster movies, right?
Yeah.
Um. Oh, sorry.
No, I mean, I eventually want to bring back the snake persona, but it would be probably more theme specific rather than just kind of like Because when I originally did the Snake Woman, it was I think a 3-year run.
When you were doing the kind of the makeup for the scales, apparently there's a trick where you put like a fishnet tights over your head and then put the makeup on, and that makes it look like scales. Was that what you did, or did you have a more elaborate? I'd say your tin was way more elaborate, or was it? Did you find a kind of hack or something to make the makeup look as good as it did?
I was using stencils, but it's pretty much the same idea. But no, I didn't do the fishnet because it would have ruined my other makeup because I already had everything else done before I
Ah,
was putting the detail in.
yeah, they were awesome. I definitely think the reptile woman I thought was. And did you use digital kind of? Did you use digital fuckery, or did you actually have contacts in?
No, I had them in like the full sclera.
Hmm. Oh, they're supposed to hurt like a bastard. Is that
No,
true?
I mean, I did like they only hurt whenever they're expiring.
Okay.
But when they're new and fresh, they don't hurt at all. It's just it depends on how you put it in. If you don't know what you're doing, then yeah, it's going to hurt.
Like I had heard about nightmare scenarios with Scalero lenses on film sets, but I'm guessing just they were too cheap to fucking replace them. So that's probably what it was.
Yeah, I mean, they're not like the glass ones back from the 70s. I mean, I imagine that would have been tough.
Fucking hell, no way. But yeah. Do you
No.
know?
Hmm.
Oh, oh no, I was just gonna say, I love Lady Sasha, what she does for her reviews as well.
Yeah.
Dressing as different personas from the reviews she does. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it takes energy and time to find the costume pieces to cosplay the current film. Like I love her Megan one. That one
The
was a really good look.
the Megan one was awesome, and just again the time and effort. I was just saying because she had a nun costume as well. I was like, you gotta do nun exploitation. The two of you
Hmm.
gotta fucking nun up and do nun exploitation at some stage.
No, I have a bunch of movies in my watch list. I mean, I would love to.
But is there any other Halloween specials that you wanted to talk about?
Honestly, I can't think of any others. I mean, those were the main ones. Witches Night Out I liked, but I don't remember the plot. I'd have to go to my IMDb really quick to grab the synopsis. But last time I did that, the chat was telling me that I went on mute.
Okay, I'm gonna check it. Okay, because I ain't seen this one. Give me a sec. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, it's a 70s one, and it's not like all out psychedelic, but it has a few scenes that touches on it.
Witches Night Out. Dun, dun. Images. Oh, it looks kind of like a an old kind of Rankin Bass kind
Hmm.
of, and the ghost kind of guys wearing the skeleton mask. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it was like I said, it was pretty. It's very 70s, but it's fun. Um, the witch kind of looks more like she has a hood over her head instead of doing the hat. She has those big eyelashes and I think it's the red nails, if I remember correctly.
Let's double check. I think you're right. Hang on. I feel like a dick going on the phone while I'm on a stream with you.
No, I mean, I do it too. I think we all kind of do from time to time. It's easier if you're on desktop and searching because people don't really see you with your head down, so they know you're searching, but it doesn't look the same. And usually when I'm searching, that's usually when I do screen share so that people can see what I'm looking at instead of seeing like a blank expression on my face.
Open image, a new tab.
Yeah, I would recommend that one. That one's pretty fun.
It's
That's also considered a Halloween classic.
it's pretty freaky looking. I don't know if you can see it there. Damn, probably not. Yeah, probably the light.
Just faintly, but yeah, I can see it. Oh, I see it better now.
But yeah. What's the premise?
I really don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
But
I
it's
mean,
it's
like,
de-
I don't remember the synopsis of it.
but it's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, I mean, it's especially if you like classic Halloween, that one's worth checking out.
Okay. Trying to think, is there any more? Again,
Um,
I love Treehouse of Horror. I love the Ghostbusters one. Boy Meets World. The Roseanne ones were fun.
I don't think I remember those.
They they kind of go all out, and it's kind of like it kind of puts forward the point that for kind of working class families, Halloween is more fun than Christmas because Christmas is stressful. But where it comes to Halloween, you can let your hair down and have fun and just be a fucking giant child. Whereas
Yeah.
once you reach a certain age, Christmas is more of a fucking worry than a celebration.
I always saw it as more of a little kids' holiday because they go crazy over the presents and people, it's more materialistic now than it used to be, especially because of Black Friday. But people
Yeah,
forget the actual reason why we celebrate Christmas. It's just more about I want this, I want that. And then people actually get disappointed if they get something they don't like.
no, it's you. I don't know. I think as we as a race are becoming more and more materialistic. Now that's rich coming from a guy who collects action figures, but I do think that like you need to appreciate something. Like you got to work for something before you can get it. You can't just like give it to me now and not expect to put the work in. And I think the whole thing of Christmas as well is kind of I'm going to sound like an old man kind of screaming at a cloud. It's lost its impact because like
Yes,
kids get stuff now every day of the week.
pretty
Like
much.
yeah, a phone, new phones, video games. Like back then, Jesus, you got excited for things because it was a rarity when you got them.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, I agree.
like trying to think, is there any other Christmas specials that come to mind that you might have seen as well? Jen was telling me about the Garfield Christmas special. She
I
done a review on it.
remember I remember the Halloween one. I don't remember
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Christmas
No,
one.
sorry, the Garfield Halloween special. That's what I meant to say. Sorry, I
Yeah,
was
that
having a
one's a
brain fart.
classic too.
Yeah, like Garfield was dressed as a pirate or something.
Oh, that was Odie.
Ori, okay.
Odie, was it?
What did Garfield dress as?
I think I have it backwards. I think Garfield was the pirate. I almost called him a pilot.
Maybe they were both pirates. I don't know. I don't know. Um, uh, Jazz, Slipknot, guys. Have you favorite Halloween specials? Is there any that you want us to talk about or we might know about? I'm going to look through my phone and see is there any that we can bring up or discuss.
There's the new Adams Family. They had a Halloween special.
I never saw that one. Is it good?
It's a fun watch. Like it's still like the regular premise, like someone's trying to get into the house to steal their treasure or their gold coins, I guess. But um, you see like the regular characters on the show. Initially, the baddie goes in and he's doing some sort of an inspection of the house with the whole premise that he's part of some local politician um, association, and they're
Yeah,
they're
they're
looking
they're
for the
surveying the house
All-American.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. and they're looking for like the all-American family. Of course, they went into the wrong house.
Yeah.
And then there's a scene where I forget the plant's name, but he attacks one of the guys, where they have like it's not an ivy, but it's some kind of a plant, and it latches onto him like it's trying to eat his arm or something.
So it's like what? It's probably one of Morticia's giant Venus flytraps or something like that.
Probably it probably is. I just remember it was very, very leafy.
Um, what else? I'm,
But that episode also featured a costume party, and the whole family came out. I like how Cousin Id in this one, you don't really see it, but you get to see his feet when he jumps out of the chimney. You get to see that he actually has hands.
it's not just this weird fucking ball of amalgamated hair. No, there's no Father Ted Christmas or Halloween specials. Just the Christmas specials. Um, there is one that's kind of a monster episode where some lad's trying to scare a sheep to
Hmm,
win, so he can win his prettiest sheep on Craggy Island competition. It's fucking it's ridiculous. It's
it
like
sounds funny.
it is they're trying to sort out um what's scaring all the sheep, and for a finish, it's Dougal that solves it. It's like, oh my god, what could be causing that noise? I don't know, Ted, but I'm pretty annoyed. My scary monster sound record was sold out in the local shop there last week. Wait, you ordered a scary monster record? Yeah, I always collect those records, but someone bought mine. What are the odds? It's like Jesus Christ. It's silly, it's stupid, it's a silly episode, but check it out. It's weird as well. Some guys get a bit too familiar with sheep as well. But I know Ninja Turtles done a kind of Halloween-esque episode.
Hmm.
They ended up releasing a character called Creepy Eddie, who's essentially the Turtle Universe version of Freddy Krueger, and he
Mhm.
makes all their nightmares come to life. I don't know if you've seen that episode.
No, it's not ringing a bell, and I used to watch that religiously as a child.
Let's see if I can find. Yes. Just Nightmare Lair. That was the name of the episode. And yeah, here's the character. Is there any better picture of him though? Sugar. On. Open image. Image in new tab. I
Yeah, on
just
mine it's hard for me to flip back and forth between searches because I'm
you
on mobile.
no bother. Yeah, no, he's there. It's essentially Freddy Krueger without the knife hands, obviously, because it's a kid show, and he's wearing a black and rust colored top, and his hat is actually more akin to mine. So yeah, but it was essentially a play on Freddy Krueger. Is there any other ones? Let's see. Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, I should have had my list ready, but for some reason it's hard for me to remember now. And I've done a whole slew of Halloween specials back in the day when I was doing the softer side of horror series.
Okay, I'll look up some and I'll call them out. And if you could remember anyone, let me know, Cara, and you can give me a rundown.
Okay.
Cause Again, strange enough, Halloween when I was growing up wasn't that big here in Ireland.
Hmm.
It was only kind of the 2000s that really picked up steam.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that annoys me now is marketing and sales. It's like, why are people in such a hurry? They put out Christmas stuff in October, and I mean, it ties more in with Nightmare Before Christmas because, um, like the horror community or the goth community, we do tend to put up black Christmas trees in October and, put ghoulish ornaments on it, which I forgot to put up my tree this year.
Sure, you have plenty of time.
Yeah, I can still do it in November. That's not the end of the world. And I can get a head start on working on my countdown to Christmas, where every day in December I put up a picture of my cat playing with the Christmas tree or getting caught up in the decorations.
I saw that on Instagram. That's fucking wonderful. Okay, so right, and a quick rapid fire round, right, Cara? So, it's a great pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
I've seen that one.
Okay, good or bad?
I liked it. I mean, for me, it was, it's not my go-to special, but that's more of a generational thing, like people in their late 50s, I think more go nuts over that one. And our generation is more like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, I think yeah, every generation has their kind of iconic Halloween icon. No, I don't. I never liked the video game colored the purple Jason or the fucking orange um Freddy. I just never liked those figures. I get it. Now, ironically, I do have Alien 3 Nintendo S or NES uh Rudder Alien, but if you turn it one side, it's brown. So that gets away with that. Just the purple Jason, the orange Freddy, I don't get.
Hmm.
Okay, so the new Adams Family one, you mentioned that one. Garfield's Halloween Adventure,
Yeah,
uh
we mentioned
Halloween
that one.
Halloween and Grinch Night, mentioned that one. Witches Night Out, mentioned. Geez, you in fairness to you, Cara, you actually got the major ones by the looks of things. Casper's Halloween Special.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Good, bad, or indifferent?
I liked it. This one you get to see the uncles, and I think it's more like they're working together. And I forget what the plot is. I haven't seen all of these in so long, but I liked that one. It was fun.
Okay. Uh, the Halloween tree, Hanna Barbera. Hopefully, it's not like the Christmas tree. That fucking, oh god damn. Never mind. Halloween tree. You haven't
I
seen that
haven't.
one.
Nuh-uh.
Okay. Oh, I would have loved to have seen this one. The Hey Arnold, Arnold's Halloween. I keep on saying Christmas.
No, I have. I didn't really watch that show.
Hey Arnold is brilliant. The Halloween that almost wasn't.
I've seen that. I didn't like it.
Okay. Um. Oh, Ethel done a watch along of this one. Worst witch.
I've
Uh,
never seen it. I've always heard of it, but I've never seen it.
you have an adorable little Feruza Balk and Tim Curry. It's actually well worth a watch. The visual effects are shite though. Oh, okay. So the last two I got are somewhat problematic. Um, uh, right. So the first one is the Fat Albert Halloween special, hosted
Mm-mm.
by everyone's favorite America's dad, Bill Cosby. Okay. Nope. And the last one is Michael Jackson's Halloween.
Oh, I've been wanting to watch that one.
Uh, Cartoon Network. That's not that old. 2017.
Mm-mm.
The Jesus. Michael Jackson's Christmas cheese.
And Michael Jackson is a pumpkin king in that one. He has a pumpkin head.
Sadly, that's actually probably an improvement. Um, God damn. God damn it, Michael Jackson. Oh my god, the animation, Cara. The animation. Oh
It's
no.
it's dated, but I think they put that out when he was trying to make his comeback in the early 2000s. His second comeback attempt.
Yeah, it looks like something like the Brats or fucking Rainbow High kind of characters.
Hmm. Yeah, I always thought the Monster High characters were related to Bratz. I think they're put out by the same people.
There's adult collectors. There's some goth girls that absolutely fucking love those dolls.
Yeah. The ones that I collected were like the NECA, the McFarlane. I only have one living dead doll. I don't have it anymore, but it was the Sam doll.
Oh shit. And that would have been cool to keep.
I should have, but I was thinning out my collection. I had moved, and it's one of those issues where I realized I had so much stuff but nowhere to put it. So it was just make a decision of I have to figure out what to let go.
I'm like if Jen moves over, I know I'll have to put some stuff in the attic. But that's what I'm doing. I'm putting in the attic. I'm not fucking throwing out anything. I
Yeah.
just
I mean, my place was like a little one bedroom apartment, and there were two people living there at the time, so it was crowded. And I had the dog and the cat there, so it's like we were all practically on top of each other, so there was no room for collectibles. I even let a good amount of my clothes go.
shit. Sorry about that, car.
Yeah, I mean, in retrospect, it sucks. Like I would have loved to have kept my Maleficent dolls from the movie.
Oh no.
Yeah. But I didn't have anywhere to display stuff. I didn't have room to bring my movies out of the closet and actually have them alphabetized and looking nice.
Shit.
I mean, now I do. I don't know if you heard my alarm go off. I had to switch over and turn it off really quick.
No problem. Um, is there any other kind of Halloween stuff you want to talk about, like traditions or things you used to do in your childhood or stuff when you grew up in your area in the United States that's kind of the common kind of Halloween tradition?
Yeah, I mean, I miss all of those traditional decorations where it was like the flaming pumpkin and the witch head, and it was that hissing cat. I don't know if you've ever seen those.
No, no, no. Like Halloween in Ireland when I was growing up, um, you went around door to door and maybe I think 10 houses. You wouldn't, no one would stop, no one would go over more than 10 houses. And if you didn't have a costume, which a lot of kids didn't, you got a bin bag, you got
Hmm.
a trash bag, and you cut a hole out for your head and a hole out for your arms, and you had the bin bag over you, and then you wore kind of a cheap mask, cheap kind of plasticky mask.
Hmm.
And yeah, I have good memories from back then as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys did it, but I know around here, I don't think they do it anymore, but like growing up, if you didn't have a costume on, you wouldn't get candy, or if you were like junior high, high school, you wouldn't get candy, stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, some houses do, some houses don't. It just varies on the person, but I know some people used to be really strict about it, or at least people in my neighborhood were.
I can kind of
They
see
didn't
why.
like, I'm sorry?
I can kind of see why.
Yeah,
Because like yeah, a bunch of teens turn up, and then you've no fucking you've no candy for little kids and stuff. So
yeah.
I'd prioritize like smaller kids over like teenagers any day of the week. That's just me though.
Yeah, I mean, I can see if, like, say, the older brothers, walking around like the younger sibling around the neighborhood and they have a bag. I mean, I can understand that. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, fine. But if they're just by themselves or a group of teens, no.
yeah, that's just fucking, go buy your own fucking candy. Go buy a slab of fucking Budweiser and drink in a fucking skate park. Don't be
Well,
Jesus
they're
Christ.
strict about beer around here. Like if you're not 21, then you could be fined, or if you sell to a minor, then you get fined.
I'm still boggled by that, Cara. I mean, you guys are okay with guns, but God forbid a fucking someone who's 18 tries to drink a beer. Jesus Christ.
Well, even
Sorry.
cigarettes, I think you can start smoking at 18. You don't have to wait until 21. It
I
is kind of weird.
it's a strange one. Um I'm trying to think, is there any other kind of Halloween traditions? I remember I was telling Deacon about it and he was perplexed. Um what back in the day, kind of different kind of party tricks and things like apple bobbing and stuff. There was another one, right, where you get a bowl or a basin and you'd put flour, baking flour into it, and you'd have 20p coins and you'd put water on your face and you'd stick your face into the flour and the coins if you were lucky, the coins would stick to your face and you'd put your head in as much as you could to get as many coins out of the basin. You guys never had that, did you?
No, I've never heard about the flower one. Apples, I don't think anyone does anymore. That's more like a dated game.
Apple bobbing is the oh no way. No, I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it. God damn.
There's one that they do for little kids where like they'll peel the skin off of olives and you have to stick your hand in there. You're blindfolded and you have to guess what certain things are. And what makes it, fun is that you get grossed out because you can only imagine it's the thing that they tell you it is.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh, cauliflower, it's brains. It's like
Yeah,
someone puts like fucking tartar sauce on a fucking cauliflower. Oh, that's brains. Oh, that's guts. Oh, grapes. That's
yeah,
covered
like
in oil. It's an
eyeballs.
eyeball. Yeah. Um, Remind me next Halloween. Before Halloween, I want to send you a barn brack.
I'm not sure what that is.
Okay, so it's fruit cake, and you eat it with your friends, and there's a wedding ring inside, a
Hmm.
plastic wedding ring, and whoever gets the wedding ring is the next to be married. It's an Irish thing. It's fucking weird. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
weird Halloween thing.
I was about to say it sounds kind of like Traveler-esque.
It probably has its roots in kind of Roma or the Irish gypsies, yeah. But yeah, just you can get prepackaged cake and there's a warning on it that, oh, don't swallow the rain.
That sounds like fun though.
Yeah, I I used to love throwing Halloween parties here, and I had a great crew of friends. I still have a great crew of friends. It's just they've all had like kids and got married and gone off and done their own things, and Jesus, I don't hold that against them, but it's just I do kind of I yearn for the old days, if that makes sense.
No, I get it. I mean, like myself, all my friends moved away. They went to different cities, so it's just me pretty
Mm.
much left from the group that lives here in Austin. And it's kind of like, man, it's a pain making new friends. And then the issue is if they have family, it's you have to plan around that if you want to do events. So I have the thing where I prefer to have like single friends. That way you don't have to plan around family. You're just more free to do stuff. And I don't know if that's just rude or selfish, but
It's not rude or selfish, but it's as time goes on, that won't be feasible.
no, it's not.
Like, um, but at the same time, like I'm not giving out or anything, but I you have to be pragmatic and you have to realize that people do have their own lives and you have to accept.
No, I mean, like if they have a significant other, that's not a big deal. It's just usually when there's kids, it's a little tougher because babysitter or, I'm not able to, I have to help so and so with their homework, things like that.
Did you wait? Does one of your friends have a child called Sansa? Sansa from Game of Thrones?
Oh no, I just made that up.
Okay, I was like, so one of Kara's friends is a big fucking Game of Thrones fan. They named they named their child Sansa.
No, I just
this
made it up.
this is my boyfriend's child from another woman. I call him Jon Snow because he's a bastard. What the
I mean,
fuck?
that would have been cool.
You're only a bastard, Jon Snow. He goes home to his other mother. It's like, "Am I a bastard, mommy? Richard, I'm not letting you look after him for weekends because of that bitch.
You're traumatizing the boy.
You're nothing but a bastard." I'm sorry.
Well, I can see that. Like at that time, it was a big deal. Nowadays, they're everywhere.
There's bastards everywhere. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Any more Halloweeny things? I Before I moved into my apartment, we used to go to a place called Brandon's, and like fucking that was great because that'd stay open till 3 in the morning. And oh my god, you could dress up as anything in there, and no one would bat an eyelid. Um, Remember one year I dressed as a possessed priest. Another friend of mine dressed as the Joker. Another friend of mine dressed as like a biker guy. Another friend of mine decided not to dress up because he was too old for that. And we were like, okay, okay, okay. And I asked the DJ, could he put on YMCA? And they put on YMCA. And the three of us started dancing around my friend who wasn't in costume, just teach him a lesson. That was good. That was good crack.
That's funny. No, it reminds me, at least around here, like I can swear when I was a little kid, like the whole slutty Halloween costumes, they weren't a thing. That's a modern thing. And I mean, some of them are pretty creative, but it's, save that for, like the regular thing, it's if you spin around a pole for a living, save the costume for that.
Do you think it kind of it do you think it kind of makes it hard for people who are going out trick or treating when they see like fucking I don't know fucking sexy Michael Myers going down the street and you're like, ah, Christ, I'm supposed to take Timmy out trick or treating and now he's checking out Michael Myers' arse kind of thing. Do you think it
Michael
causes?
Meyer with like the butt sticking out where it's the back of the jumper's cut out.
Yeah, 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 fucking chaps, Michael Myers and chaps and high heels. Um,
Yeah. I mean, I can see how it's harder taking kids out with people dressed like that, but I think people mostly go to private parties dressed that way.
and like if you were at a party and there was some girl there and she was dressed as like a fucking sexy witch or like a fucking sexy ghost or I don't know how you can be a sexy ghost. I don't know. Dressed provocatively, would that put you off having a conversation with the person? Would you like, okay, this girl isn't about doing the costume, she's more about getting attention? Would that kind of put you off, or are you like, I think you'd give the person the benefit of the doubt. You're a fairly open minded and kind of fucking solid person.
Yeah, I mean, I would still talk to them. That wouldn't be anything to put me off. The only thing is, not that I'm trying to sound chauvinist, but if whenever somebody's dressed like that, it's hard not to look and be rude.
Yeah, but again, I think that maybe that's why they dress like that, just to fucking stand out. But again, maybe it's also a case, not maybe it's most likely a case of they're comfortable with their body and they're proud of their body. So like
Yeah, I mean, I admire people that do that, like where people can wear, like Daisy Dukes out in public and stuff like that. I mean, I wish I had the confidence to wear certain things.
do you worry that sometimes like as well while people do that and it's great that they can feel empowered. that maybe it puts the kind of movement back as well.
I mean, I can see it as a form of feminism. It's why be ashamed of your body. You're a woman, use that to your advantage, not necessarily in a bad way, but own your body, don't be ashamed of it.
Hmm. Yeah, I think if you want to dress up as whatever, so long as they're happy, and it's the one night of the year, go fucking wild. Might as well.
Well, I mean, some people dress a certain way year round, and more power to them. Like a 50-year-old woman wearing Daisy Dukes and she actually looks good in them. I'm like, wow.
Go
It's
for it.
kind of like I wish I had the confidence to wear something like that.
Um, what is your ultimate costume you would like to wear for Halloween, but you're either not 100% confident about wearing it or the expense wise? What would be your dream Halloween costume?
I mean, I wouldn't say that it's anything showy, but I like the idea of dressing up as Tina Turner's character from Thunderdome.
Oh, cool. That would be expensive though, because like, doesn't she
Yeah.
wear chainmail?
And that stuff is heavy.
It's bastard heavy. I wore chainmail once. A friend of mine, he was showing me some stuff he had made for a LARP. I was like, oh Christ, this fucking weighs a ton. If I fell into even the smallest body of water, I'd be dead. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I can see where people can cheat and get like some really cheap, lightweight metal, and that would make it more bearable to wear.
but that would be your ideal, perfect dream Halloween costume.
I mean, I love it, like having, like one of those long mohawks and having the sides of the head shaved with the white hair. I mean, to me, that's like the epitome of a strong.
Yeah, Amazonian kind of look.
Hmm.
Um, for me, if I could, and you can get cheap ass ones, but I would love to get myself a full predator suit. Just the mask, the shoulder cannon, the wrist gauntlets and stuff,
Hmm.
and like the kind of the body underneath as well, because there's no way I'm putting fucking fishnet webbing on my own fucking body, because that would look like cold ham at a butcher's just in a net. No, no fucking way, no sorry, Bob.
That comes back down to the whole confidence thing and dressing certain ways, which, yeah, I mean, now I guess you can see where I was coming from.
Yeah, no, it's like, ah, look at that. Look at that fucking chubby piece of fucking meat. Like, no, no, no. But I'd love to someday. I
Hmm.
have some helmets and stuff, but they're more display pieces than something you'd wear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that, kind of like the collectible masks and things like that.
Is there any other costume I'd love to wear? Um, can't think. There probably is. I just can't think any at the moment.
I mean, like a realistic Xena would be cool, but I mean, it would be expensive because you need the leather outfit, you need the the waist cincher underneath to have more of that smaller figure.
Yeah, I've seen cosplayers and they probably drop a bomb making those costumes.
Yeah, I mean, I admire people that are into the whole DIY thing. I only have very minimal sewing skills. Like I can patch up a tear, but I can't make up stuff like that.
Is there any costume that you would attempt to do that you think, so someday I'm going to give that a go?
Well, I mean, that's kind of what I do already on the channel. Like my
Mhm.
nun costume, I put pieces together to achieve that look, even though I didn't make them. And that's more how I operate is what can I find that fits this look?
And you work from that. I
Hmm.
I'd love to do. and I think it'd be feasible. The one thing I'd need to get would be an exterior prop, which would be a pulse rifle. I'd love to do one of the Marines from Aliens as well
Mm,
to make like the body armor and stuff.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm just limited in my skills, so I just work within what I'm able to do. But I mean, I wouldn't mind, taking a class or being taught to do DIY.
You could probably watch a bunch of videos and stuff online showing you how.
Like like that Boulay Brothers show where they show everybody making their stuff. I mean, it's easy to get ideas from there.
Yeah,
And I mean, it's amazing with what they come up with.
there's another one as well where the guys make they're prop masters and they make different like swords and fucking armor and stuff. And it looks the business. Now maybe it's the same show you're talking about.
Hmm. I mean, there's also shows where people compete and they do body art, like they use, a person that's been painted in white as their canvas, and then they just go over it with whatever design that they think of. I mean, I like the idea of that, but if I were to paint on someone else, I would feel self-conscious.
Just so it's someone you don't like, you just start drawing dicks all over them. It's like, oh, what are you?
I mean,
What is
that's
that you're
funny.
painting? Oh, it's the tower from the Little Mermaid. You said you're a Disney fan. Oh, okay, continue.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
even though
Mm,
they wear underpants and like stuff to cover the breast area, but I'd still be self-conscious like, okay, I'm painting in this area, but I can't get this quite right. So it's kind of like I didn't fall asleep here. I'm just trying to fix something I messed up.
just using the tattoo gun. Ah.
Well, I think more like the spray paint or something like that. The Not the spray paint, the airbrush.
Yeah, the airbrush body paint. Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
think that would be a way around that too, and you get through it more quickly.
trying to think, is there any other weird kind of Halloween topics?
We went through specials, we went through candy. I mentioned earlier if there's like do you have like a specific list of movies that you watch before or on Halloween?
Yeah, one of them was being taken off, and I need to just sort it in my head that I'll watch it again. It's in relation to this. I used to watch American Werewolf in London on Halloween, but just my view on John Landis has really diminished a few years back when I found out about the whole fucking helicopter thing. Evil Dead
Oh,
2, Evil Dead 2, I think is a great Halloween movie.
that one's
It
fun.
Yeah, it's just mischievous and kind of you don't take it seriously. As you said, it's just straightforward fun. Ghost Watch, I since I got it on DVD, I make it my mission to watch it at least uh at some stage in the week leading up to Halloween because it's
Hmm.
so fucking good. And again, I implore you check it out. And if you're not sure, I might be doing a review after this stream. Might be
Oh,
going up,
okay.
but yeah, it's Ghost Watch is one to check out, and because it feels Halloweeny as well. It
Hmm.
feels very kind of well, for someone who's living in Ireland or Europe or the UK. There's very much a Halloween vibe to it. Um, I don't think what else. Um, not much else.
Yeah, I mean, like on my end, I like to go like at least during the day, which I haven't had time because I've been running around trying to get like my last minute Halloween stuff taken care of. But I like to watch like kitty movies during the day, like where's my stack? I like watching Adam's Family, sometimes Coraline. I love the Monster House. That one I definitely have to do. Casper. Mad Monster Party. And then in the evening, I'll do like Demon Night. I missed watching The Crow last night because that one's Devil's Night. And so I'll just make up for it by watching it today.
I
My evening watches.
I think Queenie used to do a live stream watching that. I don't know if they do anymore.
I think they deleted their channel. I haven't seen it around.
Hmm, that was sad.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I liked Queenie, and they always had fun stuff.
yeah, maybe they'll come back at some stage. Um,
Hopefully.
Carrie, you seen that message? Just remembered an old vampire movie from Yugoslavia called Leptrisha, 1973. Do you guys know it?
I'm not
No.
familiar with it. Latricia?
Is that a P?
Oh, no, I was pronouncing it with an S. An L, I'm sorry.
Leptrisha.
Is that correct?
That's the way he has it spelled. Leptrisha, 1973. Whoa, this looks weird. This is something you might want to check out, Kara, because this is Vi levels of weird.
Yeah, I wrote it down. I even called that Shutter hotline. I don't know if you're familiar with it, where during Halloween, you can call and they'll give you movie recommendations based off of what it is that you're looking for.
I again, that's not available over here.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Or do you
but
have anything similar?
no, I have actually a book, a really good book.
Ah, there
A
you go.
hundred, 101. Yeah, that was the one I was checking out. It looks like her face is covered in hair. She looks like she looks like a bearded kind of woman from the 12th century or some fucking shit. Um, I have a book, 101 horror movies to see before you die. I have 3 folders of DVDs with horror movies. So I never not have something to don't have something to watch, but I I just randomize some stuff and usually have stuff that I watch. Monster Squad's another one. Monster Squad's
Oh,
another fun
yeah,
one to
that
watch.
one's fun. I forgot about that one. Yeah, that's another one I used to watch during this time of year, like, like just the light kiddie stuff throughout the month and then just ease into the more grown-up stuff.
Wolfman's got nards.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't he have fucking bollocks? He's a human being. Today,
they
of course,
didn't
he'd
think
have
about
nards.
it.
Um,
No, I like the line about Miss Meow Mix and she's wearing the victory rolls. And they do look like cat ears, which I had never thought about, but it's funny.
um, and it gets dark out of a sudden as well. The creepy German guy who turns out to be nice, and he's like, "Oh, if I was a vampire, I wouldn't cast a reflection." Oh boy, you know a lot about monsters, don't you, sir? You could say I know a tit or two. And as he's closing the door, you see the concentration camp brand, and you're like, "Okay, that went to a place. That went to a fucking place."
It explains a lot.
But like yeah, it's like I would love to show my niece and nephew that movie, but some of the stuff it's like, get out here, you chicken shits. He's not gonna hurt you. Like the little girl saying that, or so just Dracula picking up the fucking child going, "Give me the amulet, you bitch." And it's like,
No, I mean, but that's the thing. 80s films and children's films were different back then. They wouldn't
yeah,
really sugarcoat stuff. And I
movies
think,
had balls back then.
yeah, I mean, even Munchies, which I bring up every now and again, I mean, the cover is, I mean, it spoofs Woman in Red, but you have the character with holding a beer. He's got a cigarette in his mouth and he's looking up a woman's dress.
Yeah. It's
Or even Gremlins. I mean, that's pretty much not a little kids movie, especially the story about how Santa got stuck in the chimney and died.
I love that comes out of nowhere. And then for the sequel, don't mention President's Day. I was in the park and there was a guy dressed as Abraham Lincoln. Not now, honey. It's like Phoebe Gates goes into another fucking PTSD spiel about a holiday. Um, yeah, Gremlins again was I'd love to show Gremlins to my niece or nephew, but
Hmm.
I don't think they I think my nephew would, my niece wouldn't. Just my niece is very kind of delicate when it comes to stuff. She gets upset. Like my nephew, I put on Jurassic Park for him,
Hmm.
and he loved it, and she couldn't. She like the fucking when the raptors got loose, she's like, I'm going into the other room playing with Lego. I was like, okay, I'll turn it off. The other
Yeah.
guy was like, no, I want to watch this. I was like, I'll show you later. And he's younger than her. He's 2 years
Oh.
younger than her.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm.
just mentality makes a difference, or what you
Yeah.
lean towards as far as interest.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when I was a kid, the poltergeist scared the crap out of me, but I still wanted to watch it.
I um I was grand with Poltergeist until the guy started taking bits out of his face. Like,
That's
eh,
one of the best scenes. It's so iconic.
because and then when I was older, I remember when I was older, but I wasn't in my teens. I'm like, "Oh, am I gonna get zits? Am I gonna get spots? Is my face gonna fall off?" She said, "Oh, shut up, you fucking idiot." Okay.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, trying to think of moments, jump scare moments. Um, actually, top favorite jump scares in movies.
Ooh, that's a tough one for me. The most recent one I can think about was It Follows, where, like the creature changes its
Yeah.
shape. But there's a scene where the lead girl, she's in the or the final girl, she's in her bedroom. She's locked herself in, even though they told her never go to a place that doesn't have an exit. And you have like this really tall 6 foot man that walks in behind whoever it was that had knocked
Yeah,
on the door. And I mean, for me, that's a very effective jump scare. I mean, it's not scary, but it surprises you.
yeah. It's just like, what the fuck is this thing?
Yeah.
Um, I love my favorite jump scare of all time is "Don't Look Now," where
Mm.
fucking Donald Sutherland thinks he finally found his daughter, and he puts his hand on the this little figure with the red mac and turns over, and it's this fucking horrible, creepy dwarf with a fucking razor blade that cuts his throat, and I'm like, what the
Aw.
fuck movie? Did you see that?
I haven't. It's somewhere
Oh
in my
no, I'm
collection.
sorry.
No, it's all right. I mean, I'll watch it knowing to expect it, but I don't know what it looks like.
I was like, oh fuck. Um, what other jump scares are there? The head coming out of the sunken boat in Jaws. Richard Dreyfuss is looking through the wreckage of one of the schooners that went out hunting Jaws, and this fucking head comes bobbing out of the breach in the side of the hull. That fucking put the shits up me.
Hmm.
Um, trying to think what else. I remember when I was younger, it scared shit out of me, but now I look back and go, that was so fucking stupid. Where Freddie pulls Nancy's mom through the door, and then you look at it now, it's like, that's just a mannequin. That's just a fucking department store fucking mannequin.
Yeah, but the thing that gets me is there used to be bars on the window and the door, and for that scene, where did the bars go? They just disappeared. There's no continuity for the gag.
I know the bars bother you, but the fucking mannequin is what fucking seals its fate from. I don't know. I used to scare the shit out of me, and I was like, that's what's. Yeah, is there anything that frightened you as a kid, and you look back at it now and you go, I was afraid of that.
Oh, Pumpkinhead. I remember watching that in theater, and I was afraid, like once the creature's in that hunting mode at the ending half of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember telling my mom, I'm scared. And she's like, well, cover your eyes. And I'm like, no, I want to watch it.
It's still pretty cool and it's still pretty atmospheric, but it's not scary to the
Well,
level.
it's not scary now, but when you have the DVD in your collection and the creature's face is on the spine and you're looking for something to watch and all of a sudden something's looking at you, I mean that's kind of like, ugh,
I
he's
that's
scary in
one
that sense.
that is actually one of my white whales when it comes to McFarlane figures. I was talking about white whales
I used to
there in my
have
Twitter feed.
that one.
Oh, you lucky lady, you. You
I thought you
said
were gonna
used
call
to.
me a bastard.
Mm. I I'm holding my tongue, but man, and you have to get rid of it.
Yeah, it's one of the ones I let go. I even had like the Freddy, the Jason, I forget who the other icon was, but I had those. I had that Trinity.
Uh and that was an interesting one because that was one of the few McFarlane movie maniacs that had ball joint articulation. So
Hmm.
you could do a hell of a lot more posing with his arms, whereas it was just fucking single joint articulation for like Freddie or Michael. Their arm was bent into this one section and you could just move it up or down and that was it.
Mm-hmm. Who else did I have? I had Ash from Evil Dead 2, Possessed Ash.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had a whole slew of them, and my rationalization was, okay, I can make a video showing my collection, and I won't feel bad about letting them go because I can still look at them.
Did you make a video?
It's on my second channel, but yeah, I can send you the link to it if you want.
Do please, do please. I'll probably be happy and sad, and I'll be like, "Oh, this is cool." That's stupid. Oh, why did she? God, she got rid of that. No,
Or you'd
what was
probably
she
say that's
thinking?
worth so much now.
And I was like, "Damn it, Kara, Kara."
Yeah, I mean, it was just more of I needed space thing, and I just had to decide what to clear out. Like, even now, I created an account to where I can sell some of my like counterculture clothes, like stuff I've never worn or stuff I've only worn once, just to clear out space in my closet.
Uh, I hope you got a nice bit for the movie Maniacs.
I don't remember actually, and if I were to say, then you'd be like, "Oh no!" Like if I were to guess.
Yeah, I got $80 for all of them. What?
I know, right?
No.
That would have been the worst.
Why, Jesus? Why?
Yeah, I had a bunch of collectible stuff, and I mean, I still have my pops, which people aren't as nuts over now as they used to be.
Oh, Jesus! I somehow have a pops collection, and I never in my life bought a pop.
Hmm,
They were gifted to me, and I'm like, somewhat like, cool, thank you. I appreciate them. I just they weren't really
they're
my
not the
thing.
same.
Oh, it's like, oh, thank you, a pop, cool. You like figures, don't you, Marty? Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
picky. I don't like these figures.
No, I don't do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. And I appreciate like I got some cool ones like Alien and Predator and stuff. But
Oh,
I
I
ended
have Alien. I have like that big one, the Queen.
yeah. I like, it's some of them are fucking just weird. Like
Yeah, the
fucking
design doesn't work for a lot of them. Um,
no.
I mean, I have old Ash, I have young Ash, like old Ash from Ash versus the Evil Dead. Old
Yeah.
Ash. That's so mean.
I can you tell the difference? Like, is there any like obviously aesthetically, but head wise, like it's the
It's
same.
just the hair that's different, but it's practically the same doll.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I have. Let's see. I have Alien and Predator. I have the Neomorph. I have Kurt Russell from the Hateful Eight. I
Hmm.
have Rocket. I have Groot. Iron Man. Another Iron Man. I've Norman Bates.
Hmm.
Um.
Oh, I used to have the Norman Bates McFarlane.
Oh, why are you telling me this? It's like you're stabbing me with tiny needles. Jesus.
Not on purpose, but I mean, for me, it's just memory lane. I'm like, oh, I used to have that one.
I gotta check out that. Make sure to link me that collection video, Cara, on your other channel because I dig the shit out of that.
Oh, okay. Oops, I accidentally hit something.
Is it kind of the same kind of vibe as Vi? Because if it is, I'd definitely watch it. New review of it. Although it's weird. Her face looks like there's like hair glued to it.
I don't know, maybe that one might be another fun one to double up on how we did V.
Yeah. Again, that was a good pick. My only disappointment was I just thought the creature could be more intimidating. But again, it's a Soviet-made horror movies from fucking the 60s or 70s. You're not going to break the bank. Although some of the shots, composition and stuff looked really well. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Uh,
Um
has a 1 hour runtime, so it's easy to watch.
okay. Arr. Uh, I'm going to eat a tiny Mars because I need the energy.
I
Ah,
already ate mine.
oh, oh, mm-hmm. That's so cool. Oh, so.
Oh, that's an idea. It's like out of the candies, like, do you have a least favorite one from the ones that are passed out during Halloween, passed around during Halloween? I caught you right with a mouthful, sorry.
No, okay. Um, like I'm a trash compactor when it comes to junk food,
Yeah,
but
I'm pretty bad too.
um, wine gums. I fucking hate wine gums.
Are those the one where it's wax and there's a little bit of liquid inside?
Yeah, they're fucking wine gums. Bullshit.
The ones I don't like are the toffee ones where they're in orange and black paper. They don't taste that great, in my opinion.
Mm, this is the toffee penny. Is it the flat ones?
They're kind of bulky. They're not like entirely flat.
Okay. There's ones you get for Christmas called a toffee penny, and they're flat. They're like a coin.
Hmm.
Arr. Let's see what else is in here. I got no trick or treaters because it was pissing raining.
Oh, okay. No,
So
I
I'm
would love to have a candy bowl. The thing is, I'm afraid one of my dogs would get into it. He's very unruly.
yeah, sure. It's the same chap that got into your paint as well. Like, were
Yes.
you were you able to salvage that actually?
The tape didn't quite stick down, but the tube is mostly full, so I think I'll still get some use out of it. Worst case scenario, I'll have to pay like another $12 or so to replace it, but it's not the end of the world. It's a color I'm not able to make on my own, which is why I bought it.
Okay.
Yeah, usually if I can make the color, I won't buy anything in that color or um, like for example, when I was working on my current painting, I needed orange and I don't own any orange. Like in my paint set or in my pastels, I have orange, but it's not the shade I wanted. So I bought like three different oranges, like which one's going to work? And now I have orange for the future, so that's not the end of the world.
The no, I think people when you're talking to artists and stuff, they don't people don't realize the amount it costs to get
Mm-hmm.
supplies and things like that. Hey, Mystic Mac.
Hello. Cool. Happy Halloween. Yeah, I didn't have chance to put out decorations or anything. Did you decorate?
This is it. That and the two skeletons you can't see above my head. The bowl and the tombstones with my American Werewolf bust.
Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to have had my Halloween tree out by now. I hope my dog doesn't try eating it. It'll
Um,
wind up being the kitty and the puppy countdown to Christmas if he can't stay away from it.
did you get any trick or treaters, or it's probably still too early for trick
Well,
or
I'm in a
treating?
flat, so people usually don't trick or treat around these
Okay,
types of communities.
yeah, same here. Not usually. Sometimes I get kids at the door. That's why I got candy this year, but nothing because it was pissing raining. So
We had rain. I think yesterday it rained most of the day. Today's all nice and sunny, but that's Texas weather for you. It's sunny, but it's chilly.
yeah, Jen was saying that as well. It was weird because it was cold. She was cold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I blame that on the global warming. The weather's changing so much now. Like it's been 3 years now that we've had the Arctic blast come through, and the first time that was very uncommon. Like at least here we had snow for a week, which in my part of Texas is, we usually get it once every 10 years or so. So that was very weird for my area.
Like there's worry about a rise of coastal erosion in Ireland as well.
Mm,
Like the government's trying to fucking save for flood relief plans. And like Ireland has always kind of been battered by wind and rain, but never to this fucking extent. So it is. Anyone who says there's no such thing as global warming is talking out their fucking arse.
yeah, I mean, I'm not like a doomsday person, but it feels like it's working on it. I mean, it'll still be like tons of years from now, but I think this is the beginning.
Yeah. But sure, like everyone's like, oh, if we use hybrid or electronic car, the damage is fucking done.
I mean, the thing is, you wouldn't cause more. That would be the point.
Hmm.
You mean like stretch out the existence a little bit longer?
I'm not saying don't try, but it's for the most part, I think we're closing the door when the horse has gone down the road, like the barn door.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the summers here are really hard too. Like I won't go out unless it's early in the morning or late in the evening, and even then it's really hot. Like late in the evening to walk my dogs is more like midnight. That's when it's fresh.
And yeah, that'd be a bastard for the dogs as well, because if the sidewalk is super fucking warm,
Yeah.
they can burn their paws and shit, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't buy little doggy shoes for them, but yeah, it'll hurt them.
Hmm.
And I know midnight's no hour to be walking an animal. You're asking for trouble, but that's when it's cool enough to go out.
Yeah. Trying to think, is there any other kind of Halloween topic or anything that you want to broach or bring up or talk about?
I'm not much for board games or anything, but are there like any Halloween games or anything you would play around this time of year?
Wait right there. I shall return. Ah, yes, finally.
I like that. Yes, finally. Oh, I hear shuffling. How about you guys in the chat? Do you have like any particular game that you play around this time of year, whether it's board game, video game, or just like physical games around the house, like how we were talking about bobbing for apples earlier? or like those gross out games where you put fruits or food to convince somebody that it's something it isn't. I've never really played any of those. I've heard of them where you kind of like stick your arm through a hole in the wall and you noodle around to see what you find. Yes, finally, he's waited his whole life for this moment. Yeah, I was laughing at that too. Just his expression or his delivery, and then just hearing him shuffle around. He's going to come back thinking something else, hopefully not.
Okay, I'm back.
Ah,
So in your part of the world, they were called Nightmare, but this anyone ever play this? Atmosphere. So this is the remake one they done on DVD,
hmm.
and essentially you go around the board and you have to collect keys. You have to collect different keys to unlock a particular kind of tomb and kind of escape. And they done a bunch of them. This one features Countess Elizabeth Bathory, the vampire. And as the video went on, Cara, right,
Mm-hmm.
she'd start off as like as a beautiful woman, and she'd slowly turn into like this vampire bat creature.
Hmm.
And like it kind of gave a sense of jeopardy. Actually, hold on, let's see if I can show you some of the pieces.
Yeah, Slipknot was saying he's familiar with the game.
Oh yeah, again, over in the States, it was called Nightmare, but here it was called Atmosphere.
Hmm.
And sugar. Don't fall out. Okay, so I love the pieces. So each represents a different character you play as. So that is Elizabeth Bathory, the vampire, like a
Mm-hmm.
bat. I don't know if you can see it there. Kofu the mummy.
Oh, okay.
Baron Zebedee, the voodoo hat.
Hmm.
Lupin, the werewolf. I don't know if you can see him there. And Stingy Jack, pumpkin. So
Stingy Jack.
So yeah, again, it's pretty cool. You got different cards and stuff, and I'll see if I can show you the board. Did you ever come across this, Cara?
I've never heard of that one, and
It
no.
it went by a different name. It went by the name of Nightmare, but that's the board, and it was pretty cool.
Slipknot was saying looks like Iron Maiden's Eddie in Egyptian form.
Yeah. But yeah, I used to love this, and another friend of mine has another edition. I think it's the Reapers or the Soul Reapers. I can't remember what it was called, but it was pretty cool. And it was an Australian guy who actually done the game, who made the game. It's pretty awesome.
No, I mean I remember things like Vampire the Gathering, but I never played that one either.
Yeah, that was a tabletop one. Yeah, Slipknot. That was the thing with most of the games. As the game went on, like one of them was this kind of French maiden that slowly turned into a witch. Elizabeth Bathory would slowly turn into this kind of vampire monster. Another dude would turn into a werewolf. The Crypt Keeper looked more decrepit. Yeah, it was like a VCR game. I think like the videos were an hour long.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Gargoyles had a game like that, the Disney's Gargoyle cartoon.
Yeah, yeah, I seen that. All those video games, all those VHS kind of VCR games, they're all up on YouTube.
Hmm. So if you have the board, you can make your own board. You can still play it.
Yeah, yeah. Slipknot. It was. It was. I think Atmosphere was the first to utilize a VHS game, and then everyone else took over.
Hmm. No, I've never heard of that. Like the Gathering and the Gargoyles are the only two I've heard of. But I know there was like a throwback horror movie that was put out a few years back with Barbara Crampton, and it was a nod at those board games.
Okay, I must check it out. What was it called, Cara? Do you know?
Darn it. I'd have
I
to
can look it
search
up.
really quick.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I used to love those games because they kicked ass. They genuinely did kick ass. Sorry, there's a car alarm fucking going on and off outside in the cul-de-sac. It's really annoying.
Hmm.
Apologies.
I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, no, it's just kind of hard to concentrate with the bloody car alarm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, darn. I don't
What's
know if
up?
it's too late. Like not right now. I'm not going to do it right now, but I don't know if you guys have something like that. Like the pizza parlors around here, they sell pumpkin shaped pizza pies during
Definitely,
Halloween.
definitely don't do that here, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's fun. I like it. I remember my first year buying a heart shaped pizza for Valentine's. I'd always wanted one, but I never got one until I was single. And I'm like, okay, well, sod it. I'm going to have my own Valentine's to myself. I got myself some flowers and chocolates, and I had the pizza.
You finally got a Valentine's pizza when you were single.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I gave it to myself.
That's the best person to look after in Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the things. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with the ideology, but it's kind of like the only person that's going to treat you the way you've always wanted to be treated is you. So you may as well date yourself.
No one else is gonna.
Well, even if they do, I mean, can they really meet every expectation? That's ridiculous to assume they will.
I I think it you should try and kind of find someone because I've been alone long enough to know that it can be a bit of a pain in the arse as well.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, but right now I'm just enjoying my alone time.
Oh, I wasn't fucking criticizing or anything like that. I just my own opinion on it. It depends. Maybe some people just like having their own space as well.
Yeah, I mean, like right now I'm doing stuff for me. Like last month I went out and I watched a flamenco show. This month I saw a concert for a band called Cigarettes After Sex. I went to it was kind of like a symphony concert, and they played like the classic Halloween stuff, like Psycho, Adam's Family. Um, they did a bunch of like the Halloweeny stuff around this time of year, and that was really fun. It was inside of a church, and they were playing spooky songs.
There wouldn't have been any kind of backlash from holy types going, oh, we can't have devil music on in our church or anything like that.
No, they were actually holding it. It was an Episcopal church.
Okay. Um, What's that shit in New Jersey that they're not? Some of the schools aren't letting kids celebrate Halloween.
Why, that's silly to assume a school can prevent that. I mean, if you're out on your own time, they can't keep you from it.
Oh no, no, I know that, but apparently they're saying that like that you can't come in dressed up in costume and stuff. Like, oh Jesus Christ, it's
Oh.
Halloween. That
I mean, like
sucks.
maybe they think it's disruptive to the education. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
Uh, I don't know. I think it's more fucking too woke kind of fucking bullshit. Don't get me wrong. I think wokeness is important. Anyone familiar with an old adult British comic from the early 90s called Revolver? They had an excellent horror special with some pretty disturbing stories and an excellent grim artwork.
No, I hadn't heard of that.
I think I am aware of it. I need to go back and look. Um I may have an issue. I need to check it out though.
Do you mean like looking the thing up, or are you having trouble with your internet or computer?
Oh no, 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 no. I'm grand. I'm grand. I'm just trying to fucking. Sorry, Cara. I'm currently just kind of peeking out the window to see if anyone's going to deactivate that bloody car alarm.
um, Let me see. So we're coming up on an hour and a half. I don't know if do we have any other topics, or do you think it'd be a good time to just hop off?
I I'm I can't really think of anything at the moment. I apologize for being a kind of scatty guest, but sure, you know that when you have me on, that I kind of go all over the place.
No, it's fun. I enjoy it. I mean, if it bothered me, I would have said something. So no, I'm totally cool with it.
You suck as a guest, Martin. Oh shit, not again. Um, no,
No,
I
I mean, I
appreciate
keep having you back, so I mean, that's not a problem.
that's that. Maybe you just have a terrible taste in guests. I don't know. I'm joking. By the way, you don't have a terrible taste in taste in guests. I'm just glad that I don't drive you nuts because I go on and on and on and on sometimes.
No, I mean, I have some people that, like in the past when I would do like the movie watch-alongs, sometimes there were people that would take over, and it's kind of like, this is my stream. Hello.
Yeah, no. I if I ever do that, please let me know. I always worry I do that because I yammer on and on and on.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good.
Um, but yeah, no. Do you think will you be able to stop by for the werewolf stream later on, or if you're busy, I
Um,
totally understand. If you can't, no obligation.
what time did you say you were going on? And I can hang out for sure.
It would be roughly an hour and 10 minutes from now.
Okay, I think I'll have to go and set a reminder, but yeah, I can definitely stop by and check out the stream.
No obligation, only if you want.
Hmm.
I'm just going to be talking about favorite werewolf movies, favorite transformations, and yeah, even TV shows. So
No, that's cool. Awesome.
cool beans. So yeah, again, thanks for having us on, Cara. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I always enjoy you whenever you enjoy you. I always enjoy when you stop by.
It's like, oh my god, it's like watching a chimpanzee try to construct a boat. It's so
No,
fucking
it's
amusing.
fun. It's fun having you on. Plus, I always learn about new stuff. So, no, absolutely. You're cool.
Thanks a million, Cara. I genuinely appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, so you said you had your werewolf stream. Did you want to drop the link or anything to see if anybody else in the chat would want to stop by?
If anyone else wants to stop by, it's I have it prepped on my live stream. Hang on a minute. I'll do something here. Hang on, hold up. Hold the Reno. Okay. Then I'll drop a link, but it's just the thing that's going to be live on my channel, so you can't miss it. If you just peek in about an hour and a bit's time, you should see it. Uh, my channel.
Yeah, Slipknot was
Uh,
asking if that's on your channel. Do you
yeah,
remember your handle name? I don't know. I like at Trash Picture Show or.
at Trash Picture Show. Uh, 1814.
Oh, okay. Well
You.
then, yeah, I mean they can definitely look you up that way.
I will just before I go. Sorry about this, Cara.
Oh, okay. Slipknot says he found you,
Share. Copy.
and it's already advertised.
Uh,
Halloween
uh,
needs to be the big day of the year, not Christmas. I agree. Christmas always takes over. I've
uh,
even seen people put up Christmas decorations in October, and I'm like, okay, if you're Christian and you think you're taking over, you're not, because Christmas is actually a pagan holiday, haha. So you're technically still celebrating something Halloweeny, even though you don't realize it.
it's again. It's the Romans wanted to fucking just condense a bunch of holidays together.
Oh, I thought it was the church, like they were trying to, like when they were trying to bring Christianity to the pagans, they, in order to get them to accept it, they kind of meshed pagan
Yeah,
holidays with Christian holidays.
yeah, they did. I think it was Emperor Constantine was still kind of ruling at the time, but
Hmm.
maybe I'm wrong. I'm kind of iffy with certain parts of history when it comes to religion.
Yeah. I mean, when I was younger, that's one of the things that irked me is especially somebody who, I mean, I was raised Catholic, but I never understood Catholicism. And it's silly enough, it's one of the things I would become angry about is you lied to us. You're trying to hide something by forcing this on it. And that's the era when I was studying Wicca. So, I mean, I don't know if you can see why I was bothered
No,
by it.
it's like you're bullshitting about this stuff. How come you're fucking now trying to make us believe that this is when this holiday? Yeah, it makes sense as well. It's like you call out stuff, you call out fallacies, and that's like the Catholic holidays are the biggest fallacies you can fucking think
Hmm.
of.
Yeah. Um, I mean, I'm glad I know that stuff. I mean, if I hadn't studied, I feel I never would have realized.
So many people just take it for fucking granted as well. That oh, this is oh, Jesus was born in December.
No,
No,
he
he
never
fucking
was.
wasn't.
He was born during the summer. I mean, haven't you heard that expression, Christmas in July?
Yeah, or like he he looked like one of the Bee Gees.
Never.
No,
I mean, okay, he was Aramaic. He would have looked more Jewish or Middle Eastern.
but he was most certainly not a white dude who looked like he could have fucking sang for fucking Jefferson Airplane.
No,
That's
never. But people believe that image. They
they
never
want to.
questioned it. Some
They
people
they,
never questioned it.
they don't. People don't want to fucking kind of acknowledge the fact that if there is a God or if that Jesus exists, that he's not white. What the hell? Yeah, of course he wouldn't be fucking white, dumbass. If he
No.
existed, he came from the fucking Middle East.
Yeah, but they don't think about that. Like, where in the world is Jerusalem? Hello?
It's bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Cara, I'm gonna jump off and have a tea break and then jump on again. And I will leave a link to the back room in the Twitter fucking group. So hopefully I'll see you then, okay?
Okay, yeah, sure. And I mean, yeah, I mean, this is good enough a time to hop off. We've been on going on 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, it was a good stream. It was a fun stream. Also, Cara, may I do a shameless plug?
Sure, go for it.
Okay, the last of my Halloween hidden gems just dropped, all about Ghostwatch. It's 6 minutes long. If you want to check it out, give it a goog. And yeah, again, thanks a million, Cara, for letting me hop on and basically natter away. It was fun, as always.
Yeah, absolutely. And just really quick, just to plug myself, I'm doing a Saturday stream with Lady Sasha, and we're talking about Grey Gardens. So it's a weird little documentary. So I hope you guys stop by for that as well. It's definitely an interesting watch. But yeah, I think that's all we have for you guys today, and we will talk to you later.
Ciao.
All right, good night, or have a good Halloween.